Well, good morning. It is a beautiful morning. It is Tuesday and the sun has just broken the horizon, and I think very quickly it's going to get very, very hot. Got the fluffy one out now, so hopefully we can get a walk without her dying. And then I'm gonna head up to the barn because the thought of going into school and doing more cleaning right now is causing me significant anxiety. I need to not be there. I need to not be in my house because that just reminds me that she's gonna come over tomorrow regardless of whether or not I'm there, and it reminds me of my relationship, and I just can't handle it right now. It just doesn't feel okay. In about 2 seconds, we're gonna cut this video and I'll be in the car. Ready? And here we are. I'm searching for meaning right now. I'm searching for purpose today. This process is so strange to me because some days I have so much meaning and purpose and the day goes by and I feel great. And on a morning like this, when I'm on the cusp of nothing, I have this fear. And this isn't me. This isn't like me. I'm not a fearful person. I'm very, very capable. I realize I draw a lot of my strength from the relationship I'm in, from acting for us as opposed to acting for myself. When it comes to just myself, I don't know. Like, I'm less sure of what I want. I'm pretty flexible and pretty affable and can make the best of most situations. So it is easier for me to tailor a situation to what somebody I'm with would like. And that makes me happy. One of the things I think about with this new apartment I think I'm renting, it's utterly fine. But one of the things I keep going back to is, well, if I meet somebody, if I start dating someone, will they like it? This abandonment book I'm reading, one of the mental exercises they talk about doing is something called like a dreamscape. Basically, it's saying like, if you had infinite dollars and could create whatever kind of space to live in you would like, what would it look like? How would you furnish it? What would it feature? And the exercise of doing that and really thinking through it, thinking through the details is to stimulate certain like brain chemistry to sort of motivate you towards your goals. But in the act of trying to do it, I wasn't able to like hammer one down. Like if I had infinity dollars, I would live in like a treehouse in the redwoods, or I would live on a castle in Switzerland. Like, it all sounds good. I don't have a preference. If I had a partner and we could talk through it and make decisions and figure it out, that would be the way I'd want to do it. That would be rewarding, something that was done with togetherness. Well, I have that again. How have I been changed fundamentally by this process? I think about her in this process, and I shouldn't. There's not a lot of use in comparing me to her, but I do wonder if at times she's had regrets or second thoughts. She doesn't act like somebody that has. She seems very sure of herself and her life and her choices and her aggression towards me. Part of me wonders if the aggression and the harshness is a defense mechanism to make herself feel better. But the byproduct of that is it creates more distance, it hurts more feelings, and it ensures that she and I are never to be anything ever again. And is that an act of will, or is that a subconscious thing? I don't know. I don't know where that falls in the behavior pattern. If I was truly her best friend, why would she do anything? Let's take the situation. If I was the greatest person she knew, her best friend for years, like, she'll always love me, taking all those things, and in the midst of that, fell in love with somebody else and out of love with me, which is a lot to take in, but let's allow for that. Let's say all of that is true. I'm her best friend, she'll always love me, best person she knows, she fell in love with somebody else, she loves me, but she's not in love with me anymore. Then why would she be so mean to me? And when I try and think about it from her defensive standpoint, she would say something like, when I had feelings for him, I told you and I moved out. She didn't belabor the point, she didn't draw out the pain. And I guess for a day or maybe a couple of hours, that could feel like justification enough. But when she saw how utterly devastated I was, she should have changed her plan. She should have taken care of me. She should have helped the situation, but instead she was just gone. And that's inhuman, or at least unloving. The situation was reversed, and I fell for somebody else, and I moved out on her, and I saw she was beside herself and she was so upset she was scaring me, which is what she claimed. She claimed I scared her because I was so upset. To flip it again, if I did something that upset her so much that she was scaring me, I would have taken care of her. I would have helped her. I wouldn't have walked out the door and said, I can't handle this, which is what she did. And I think I need to keep coming back to that. Talking to you about this right now is helping me remember that. At my lowest, most broken, most upset, most desperate, she couldn't handle it and walked out of the house. She couldn't be the one to help me. And there's the difference. If I had done something that shredded her and I saw it firsthand, I would have helped her. You know, talking to someone the other day who's not present and really concerned about her, I promised them that if I thought she was having a breakdown, if I thought something bad was going to happen, I would take care of her. Because I'm capable of that. I can put all this pain aside if I think she's in a worse situation than I am. And the fact that the excitement of falling in love with somebody new enabled her to abandon me at the absolute lowest point in my life, that's the problem. At my utterly desperate, lowest, worst possible point, she left. She got up and she walked out of the house. She felt justified because, according to her, her therapist told her she couldn't be the one to help me through the situation. And sure, she couldn't help me through the sort of story arc of the breakup. But in the immediate, when I was lower than I've ever been, and she saw it, she couldn't help me. It's uncomfortable to talk about. Just sort of having that verbal realization right now. Who does that to somebody else? Who does that to a stranger? Never mind a friend, never mind your best friend, never mind the person that you're married to. When you're the cause of that pain. I think if I pick it apart and look at that situation and just the selfishness of that, it shows me a lot of things. The excitement of the new thing was worth more than taking care of the old thing. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful that you're there for me to talk to and listen, or, you know, whatever this becomes. Like, thank you. I wish we had more feel-good conversations. I certainly didn't expect the conversation to go this way this morning. What sucks about this process is even this little mini realization I just put different words to and hit me differently. This doesn't change everything. I'm not going to come away from this conversation and be like, well, I'm better now because I realized just how bad she was to me. Because I don't seem to work like that. And I'm not saying I'd make allowances, but the problem is this. We had this talk. I said the things I said. I understand. But my brain still doesn't, like, those are the facts. All the things we said are the facts. But my brain can't make sense of it. The things I've said don't gel with who I know her to be. And that's the problem. I think who I know her to be is not who she actually is. So your thoughts and actions are at odds with each other. Something is wrong. Either her motives and actions were wrong when she broke up with me, or what I thought about her is wrong. And when you look at actions are actions. She did what she did. You can argue the why behind it, but the fact is, in the face of her husband and the love of her life and her soulmate and all that, in the face of that person suffering, the most fundamental, broken suffering you can imagine, in the face of her witnessing that, she was able to leave to go pursue her new life. So what's more likely, that didn't happen, or that I was wrong in what I thought about her? What's the simplest explanation? Me. I was in love with someone that wasn't who I thought she was. I don't know how this will get edited down, but thank you for hanging out and listening and being there in whatever way you're there. I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you. I really do. Hello! I've just left the Container Store, and you guys have been with me to the Container Store each time I've gone. I guess I haven't talked to you since the trip to the barn. I got a lot done. I hung out on the porch and used the barn like a coffee shop. There's Wi-Fi and chairs, so I set up my laptop and I worked on schoolwork. I got my syllabus done. You know, I started organizing assignments and just trying to shape what the year's gonna look like. And I'm not ready. I'm definitely not ready, but just having the time and space to work on that was good. All I had was iced coffee this morning, and then all of a sudden I just felt sick. So my one barn friend was there and I was like, I need something to eat, and then there's vending machines inside. I swiped my credit card, got Pop-Tarts. And then I was like, oh, how much was that? I was like, was that $1.75? And she's like, no, it's $1.50. And she typed in like the number to show me how much it cost on the machine, but there was still a credit, so it vended another set of Pop-Tarts, and she was like, yes! And I was like, oh my god, that's not fair! And then I tried to cover up the machine, and she hit another set of buttons and ordered like these mini sandwich cookies, and I was like, okay, you need to get the hell out of here, because you, like, one pack of Pop-Tarts ended up costing me like almost $6, and this is ridiculous. So it was fun, and then apparently on Friday, they're going to marry 2 ponies, and they've asked me to be the officiant. And I was like, what the hell is this? But then other people are like, oh, well, I married my ponies when I was little. Like, I don't know if this is a thing or what. Yeah, so they asked me to officiate a pony wedding on Friday. Yeah, I have that to look forward to this week. Here's my fear. Like, I'm afraid I'm gonna go home and Google like pony wedding, and I'm gonna see some weird fetishy kind of thing. And then that will forever be in my search history. I do wonder, as this divorce gets uglier, which I'm sure it will, if she's gonna take the dog. I was just talking to somebody about the situation, and they were like, you know, you have to be ready for the fact that she might take the dog. And I feel like I've backpedaled again. I feel like, how are we back to this? But in the meantime, she's my dog, and I'm gonna get food for her. Well, she just called and left a voicemail saying, hi Ken, it's me. I just wanted to call and work out a schedule for when I should come by. If I could call her or text her back, that'd be good. Okay, bye. And just like always, I feel like, oh, I should call her back because now I'm worth talking to. But in her text said she'll come by at a time that's good for her. Whether or not I'm there, it's fine. And then this morning she asked if I could make sure the dog was there if I wasn't there, or we could do Thursday at lunchtime. So what is it? Are you trying to work out a time when I'm there? Or here's the theory. I think she wants to see me in person so she can work me over, so she can keep me soft so that I will take her deal. I don't honestly think we need to be in the same room to deal with the stuff in the condo. There just isn't that much stuff. And I'm sad right now because I want her to want to see me, but I'm more sad because she wants to see me not because she wants me, but she wants to use me. She wants to manipulate me. So I'm almost getting what I want. My wife wants to see me, but she doesn't want me. She wants to see me to facilitate the process of dividing up all her stuff. And I think on some level she knows seeing me, or me seeing her, breaks me down. I don't mind somebody being connected to my heart and being able to make me feel amazing. But when that same person is connected to my heart and can squeeze it and punch it and hurt it and make me so sad, that's hard. And this stupid, tiny little bit of hopeful person in me still thinks maybe if I saw her in person tomorrow, it would be different. And I know how stupid that is. This is the addict mentality. I could see her tomorrow. I could get a little bit of my relationship. I might get a hug. She and I would be in our house together one last time. More or less the way it was. And what do I think? What do I think? That this time she might see it and miss it and think, oh God, I've made a mistake, I missed this. No. She's coming over for the purpose of splitting it all up, to decide who gets the lamps and who gets the barware. I know all of this. I should not be there. I should get out whatever matters to me, and then she can go into the house and look around and send me a list. She doesn't respect me. That's clear. She doesn't like me. Definitely doesn't love me. She doesn't want to be around me. She doesn't want to divorce in a way that's legally fair. She's being sneaky about money. She's being dishonest about the future. She's not being forthright about what he's doing. All of this is happening right now. And yet, I still feel like I should be there at the house when she's there. What the fuck is wrong with me? She won't tell me anything going on in her life. She won't tell me if she's moving away, when she's moving away, that he's bringing horses to the barn I'm at. Only talking about what she wants to talk about in her terms. I just want to clench my fists and bang something and say, it's so unfair. This isn't fair that she gets to do this. We don't get to decide on getting divorced. She decided on getting divorced. She decided to leave me. She decided to move out. She decided everything. It's all her. And I have to keep coming back because I get low and I feel low now and I think she's winning. She's winning all of this. See what I did? I just looked for the white car. I pulled in and I looked for the fucking white car because I'm messed up in my head. So I'm trying to tell myself she's not winning because I've been able to control the tempo a little bit. But how much does the tempo matter when the end game is getting divorced and being alone? And that's what's coming. And I'm like a broken record. I want to sit here right now and just tell you, like, I loved her so fucking much. I was the most dedicated and true and loyal partner you could imagine. And I'm not boring. I was so into her. I would have done anything. I would have tried anything. Anything that came up where I thought, oh, she might enjoy that, I would have done it. Anything. And in the midst of that, to get left for a fledgling relationship makes you feel like a loser. I feel like a loser right now. I am barely holding it together right now because 5 months later, I still feel like a fucking loser. And the fact that she sits there and criticizes me for not working while she's working, why does that affect me? I'm a teacher. I'm not a deadbeat. I'm getting ready for the school year. Like, teachers get paid less, but have summers off. That's what teachers do. It's just hard to believe the person that's communicating with me is the person that married me. Like, her face looks the same, but it's all, like, the brain is different. Just totally, totally different. Well, it's been a less than sexy afternoon. I got home from the store and was kind of panicked, so I talked to some folks on the phone who helped calm me down a little bit. And our realtor texted us on a group chat wanting to know what the HOA fees are. And she was like, I don't know, I don't have an itemized invoice of what the mortgage is, which is weird, as she's the one that pays it, but whatever. And then since I haven't been responding to her, it just felt sort of weird. So I chimed, I found the itemized bill, and I was like, oh, this appears to be the number. And he was like, all right, thanks. I'm still not talking to her. And it's such a mixed feeling. I know I should. I know I should just tell her, hey, go to the house tomorrow whenever you want. Like, itemize away. I just don't want to talk to her. I just don't want to connect with her. I don't want to engage. I don't want to tell her, go whenever you want, and then have her write back and be like, well, how about Thursday? Will you be there? And then I have to be like, why don't you just do it yourself? Talking to her does me no good. Nothing about communicating with her does me any good. Negotiating for house things, am I going to come out ahead? I'm not going to come out feeling good. So I really just don't feel like doing anything. Here's the trouble. The problem solver in me just wants to solve the problem as easily as possible. I want to put all the bad feelings aside and just get it done and make it peaceful. And I don't want to cause her any stress and any trouble. I just want to get through this process together. And then the other side of me, the one that has been battered and abused and broken by my wife, is tired of giving in all the time. And these two personalities are constantly battling each other. Earlier today, I was steadfast in my resolve. I'm not going to be here when she comes tomorrow to look at the house and do this and that. I won't be here. I won't be around. She just texted this second. So I was totally resolute in that. Not gonna see her. And then she starts texting tonight about, will I be there? Will I be around? Like, when will be good? So I texted back and said, you indicated that it didn't matter if I was there. And then she says, go back and read my text and listen to my voicemail. And there's very clearly a text that says, I need to come over Wednesday, the time that works for my work schedule, and if you're not there, fine. But it's almost as if she overlooks that one in place of the ones that came afterwards when she was like, or I could come over Thursday at noon. It's as if she just goes through this process, swinging her arms and walking forward. And if she punches you in one step, but then 2 steps later apologizes, she never punched you. But she does. She punches a lot. But I still want to give in. I still want to accommodate my schedule so that we can get this process done together, so that we can talk through things, so that we can, divide up our lives. And that's the problem. There hasn't been respect or kindness through this process. And I think she thinks there has been, but I assure you there has not been. And many of the people I talk to about this situation just keep bringing up that adage of action speaking louder than words. She'll say things like, I'm sorry I'm causing you pain, I'm sorry I'm hurting you. But she does nothing to fix it, to make it easier. And she'll argue that she waited for me to finish school, and she waited for this, and she was respectful of my time. Come on. Just about anything that appeared to be her waiting was her being afraid to commit. She was desperate to get divorced. But only through mediation, because it doesn't reveal as much. If she was so desperate to get divorced, she would have served me with papers and gotten divorced. Even right this second, after I just texted with her about tomorrow and not being there, and she's clearly frustrated because she sent an okay text with a period at the end. I don't like to be the one that's frustrated her. And I don't know if that says something beautiful about love or something kind of pathetic about the way I love people. I was just all in. That vow you take, that commitment for life. Never intended to have to break that. I made that vow, I took that oath, and I meant it forever. The end. This is my person. I'm her person. We are going to love each other forever and take care of each other forever, regardless. No matter what pain may come, no matter what no matter what, I'm going to stick this one out. I'm going to love this woman. No matter what. And this is a big fucking no matter what. That begs the question, right? Am I amazing at being in love with someone? Or am I just pathetic? People get divorced every day. Like, I'm not special. Like, get over it, Ken. She cheated on you. Get over it. But I still feel like I'm special. I still feel like I'm better than the average person. I work hard at love. I work hard at being in love. I am dedicated. I feel like an old person. Like, doesn't it mean anything when you make a promise? I remember when a handshake used to mean something. Like, we haven't been married long enough to have it fall apart so disastrously. She didn't even try. She would probably claim that she did try, but she didn't. She didn't let me try and fix it. She didn't fight for us. She'll claim she went to therapy and tried on her own. She gave up on us. She's a quitter. And in the face of all that, I feel bad that I'm not giving her way by letting her see me tomorrow and probably just break my heart again about divorce and taking the deal and letting her keep her money because she just wants to be fucking done with me. She just wants me out. What a terrible feeling. So my house just got listed online. The realtor sent a thing. It's weird. You can see it there. If you knew my address, you could see everything. I mean, you've already seen the inside of the house. But here's the deal. I hate the photos. I think the photographer did a bad job. I think he cranked the wide angle lens way too wide and everything looks distorted, and I don't think it tells a good story of the house. I think I could have done it better. And I'm frustrated because I didn't want to do it because I thought I'll let a professional come in and, his eye will be good. He'll have an eye for architecture. He'll have an eye for what's good and what will sell. And damn it, I have an eye for what's good and what'll sell. I could have shot the place better. I think his lighting is poor. He used harsh lights down low, which means like the ceiling fan cast a harsh shadow up. That never happens. Like, the pictures don't have a natural look. I'm really not happy. It sucks that we will have to pay hundreds of dollars for that service. I'm pissed that I had to be there the whole time he was there. and listen to all the stories he was telling me about people who have cut their fingers off, because after 2 or 3, I was kind of done. After 6, I was fucking pissed. He didn't pick up on social cues that I didn't want to talk about finger injuries. It's done. It's listed. We'll see if the place sells. I just don't feel like it's well represented. Like, I look at the pictures and I don't feel like I live there. I think, you know, if I was shopping online, I don't know that I'd look at the place and be like, ooh, that's a place I want to live. I don't think it sells it well. By the time you see this video, hopefully it'll be sold. And I had a talk with somebody who I don't talk to very often today. And they were like, how long do you think you're going to stay, you know, at that high school? And my response was, it's the only thing I have right now. It's my only bit of consistency. You know, in the past few months, I lost my family. I lost my wife. I'm losing my home. I've lost my ego and my self-confidence and my sense of self and my vision of the future. My dream job is the one thing like I am gripping onto and desperate to do well and to keep, because it's from there that I'll rebuild. God, if I lost that, what would I be? I would just be some guy with an eccentric set of skills, floating, desperate, and unsure of how to provide for himself. So I need to be creative, and I need to parlay my skill sets into something. And I think I can. I just need to be daring. And when I get scared about releasing these videos, I just need to go for it and not be afraid of people knowing me. Because I think I'm worth knowing. I hope we've enjoyed getting to know each other, even though a lot of what I talk about is really sad. I hope that if this persists, I won't always be sad. I hope, my dream is that when I meet somebody, you know, if I meet somebody and I'm excited, that I can tell you about her, that you can be part of the recovery and the bounce back, the rebirth. You know, you can be there for hopefully me becoming me again, because you know me really well. I'm really honest with you, but this isn't the version of me that I really like. There's more. And I really want you to meet that me. So let's keep this going. Let's get through this crap, this awfulness. And then maybe on the other side will be something wonderful. And maybe if we can find something wonderful together, people that don't feel like they can also find something wonderful. You know, maybe we can inspire each other. Because I'm blind right now. I'm hoping that going forward, something good will come. People keep reassuring me that I'll find someone, that I'll find happiness, that I'll be good. In the future, I'll look back on now and be relieved. A lot of people tell me that. When I get negative, I think, oh, that's just something you say to people. And when I'm not negative, I think, you're right, I will find someone. I am worth loving. And I guess if I'm gonna stop and be honest with you, I am worth loving. I am great. I just need to find the right person. And that's what we all need, of course. It's not terribly deep, but I'm weird. I have a weird sense of humor. I make odd movie references, and I don't know what I'm saying. TLDR, I want to meet somebody. And when I meet them and get happy about it, I want to share that with you, because we've been through all this crap, and it would be nice to go through some happiness together and smile. And I really hope that there is a dialogue. I really hope that when I post these videos, people might comment, and then I can comment back from the future. But even though you're watching a video of me from the past, which is weird because it's me of the now, me of the future, me of the day I post these things, would love to talk to you. I hope it works like that. I really do. I think that'd be wonderful.